Hey, it's Thomas.
And I'm Sheena, and we're chasing a plate. Today we're in Singapore and we're at the Old Airport Road Hawker Centre. Let's eat. So we are starting our morning with coffee and toast, which is quite a traditional breakfast in Singapore. I've ordered a Kopi O, which is coffee, evaporated milk and condensed milk. It's really strong, but it's got that really beautiful sweet underlayer from that condensed milk. It is super creamy and super good. We've got kaya toast here. So it's basically toast without the crust, and it's filled with a slab of butter and pretty much like the best spread that exists, kaya, which is coconut jam. That butter is melts in your mouth, and that kaya, think of like a lemon curd. It's like that sort of consistency, but it's made with coconut, and it's so tropical, and there's so much depth of flavour. It is just the best thing to put on your toast.
And I'm starting off with a Kopi C, which is just black coffee with a ton of sugar. Oh, that is such a kick. That is awesome. And some toast.
We've also ordered a Hokkien fried mee, and I am super excited about this. It's a mix of yellow noodles, rice noodles, there's some bean sprouts, it's loaded with prawns and squid and egg. And it looks just like the ultimate comfort food. I have got to get into this. The noodles have such great texture because there's those two different types. The yellow wheat noodles are really soft and just like quite bouncy, and then the rice noodles just sort of add to it. It picked up the flavour of the broth that they use, or soup to cook it in, which is made up of chicken bones and prawn shells and prawn heads that have just been stewing for hours, and so it's just infused with that strong hit of seafood flavour. Check out how big these prawns are. They look really tender. Right, they've just been flash cooked, so still have a lot of crunch. This is just absolutely incredible. Singapore is such a melting pot of different cultures, and that diversity is reflected in its food centres. So Singapore has over 100 hawker centres, and you'll find all sorts of different cuisine, from Indian to mainland Chinese to Hong Kong style dishes. So next up we're having Malay in the form of Char Teow. This Char Teow looks absolutely heavenly. So it's made up of wok tossed flat rice noodles. There's shrimp in here, there's squid, some chives, bean sprouts and eggs, and I've asked for chili. Oh, and also some laptang, which is dried Chinese sausage. Oh, I cannot wait to get into this. Absolutely delicious. So when people talk about Char Teow, they often refer to wok hei, which is like the breath of the wok. So when you're eating Char Teow, you really want to be able to taste that like charred, smoky flavour that's come from the wok and infused itself into the noodles. And you can absolutely taste it with this one here. It is just sensational. And we really like this store because it's cooked by an old uncle. He gets up at 3 AM every morning to come and like prepare his ingredients, and he cooks each dish to order. So it's super fresh and it's piping hot when you get it. It's just perfection.
I've grabbed us an oyster omelette. This is something that we've given not enough time to in all of our years of traveling to Asia, because they are incredible But we've always been like, it's just eggs and oysters. We don't want to use up the tummy space. We're so glad that lately we've discovered this dish. Now, I have had this one before from an amazing stand here in this hawker centre, so I know it's good, but I'm going to dive in. We've got some chili on the egg. The egg is just so soft looking. Oh. The chili's really sweet. The egg is plump, soft, and then speaking of plump, look at these big juicy oysters. Oh, creamy egg. That's amazing. Wow, so much flavor out of that. Really salty. Got a great little sea kick. You've got these chives on top just to sort of break through the flavor. And the joy of these dishes and being in a hawker centre like this in Singapore, which is known for being a very expensive city, this stuff is very affordable. We've been putting prices on the screen, so you've seen that. But you can easily come here and order lots of little dishes like we are. We're just ordering one of everything, sharing it all. And it's really, really affordable and really fun.
So there's lots of dessert hawkers here. There's all sorts of things, puddings, bakery goods, but we had to go for the hawker who was selling shaved ice desserts. And we basically picked it on the basis of the most outrageous sounding name. So here we have a, what was it called again?
Blanco, Tadpole, chacha.
Oh, Tadpole, bobo, chacha. Like how crazy is that?
Sounds like a dance from the 40s.
It's got shaved ice, what I suspect are the tadpoles, which are like little coloured balls on top. I saw some coconut milk going in there and I think some taro and papaya. It looks wild. Coconut milk. That shaved ice is so cold. And those tadpoles are more like jelly. It's good, right?
That's awesome. And they actually look like tadpoles. They're little balls with little bits. Wow, they look like sperm. I'll try and do a close-up. Wow, that's super cool. The coconut is really nice in there. That is a great dessert.
There you go.
And hawker centres are just so fun. There's so much choice. It's all so clean and so tidy. Because all this food used to be on the streets in the 70s? So back in the 70s, the government decided to clean it up, but rather than get rid of it, like a lot of cities do, and just ruin that food culture, in Singapore they decided to move everyone into hawker centres. And there are hundreds of them, well over 100 we believe in the city, and this one that we're at, Old Airport Road Hawker Centre, is one of the biggest. It has hundreds of stalls. It is a little bit outside the centre, but nothing in Singapore is very far away. And it's so worth the trip. You can get the train here, so it's very easy. So much selection.
And we read that this place is especially popular with cab drivers. And wherever the cabbies are eating, that's where you want to be eating too.
It's a good sign. Let's eat this before it melts.
We couldn't resist grabbing a little pot of pandan kaya to take away with us. Melvin, who owns Toast Hut, where we had the toast and coffee this morning, said it's a special recipe, so I can't wait to get this onto our toast tomorrow morning. If you are in Singapore, you absolutely have to make the trip out to Old Airport Road Hawker Centre. The amount of vendors here and the sheer choice available is just mind-boggling, not to mention the food, which is absolutely spectacular. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, we would love you to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and comment below and let us know what your favourite Singapore hawker treats are. Thank you so much for watching. We hope we've inspired you to eat and explore like a traveller, not a tourist. See you next time. Bye!